those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what's coming next. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're going to get to that other stuff here in a minute, but what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, what's up, Wendy? What's up with it, Temptress the Enchantress? What's up with it, Electric Lady? Appreciate it. Yes, yes. As you come through the front door, please hit the like button. And in doing so, understand that it's not for my ego. It's for the algorithm. It just helps me expand the platform. My ego is self-maintained. I'm feeling all right. I ain't feeling 100% yet. I definitely had COVID. Have COVID. Be all right though. What's up, Major? Is it lagging for all of y'all? Or is it just lagging for you, Electric Lady? Y'all let me know. What's up, Libra Sun? We in this bitch. Omarion is definitely in the building, but we ain't paying attention to that motherfucker either. One monkey don't stop no show. You did? I ain't gonna be here for long today. Like I said, Omarion is in the building. I am sick, so I'll probably be here for maybe an hour. But we're gonna talk about what we have going on cosmically. I'm gonna share with y'all a little bit on what's going on with what we have going on energetically. And then after that, I'll open the floor for a little bit. What's up, Summer? Now would be the time to smoke them if you got them. Thank you so much, Connect. But I got Jupiter in the 6th house. So I'll be all right. In Pisces in the 6th house. So we'll be all right. Plus, I don't want to believe the hype, but I actually heard that cannabis helps with the virus. But on the real tip though, all bullshit to the side, this is not my first rodeo with this shit right here. And this particular variant, if that's what it is not a lung thing. That's why not so many people are dying from this. It hasn't been a lung thing to me. It's been chills. It's been fever, weakness, muscle aches, but no, not a lot of coughing and congestion or dry cough. Not a lot. A little bit, but not a lot. And I vape with my pen so much that it's gonna bam, blow it up out of there. What's up, Heather? What's up to the Vibe Tribe? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Tested positive in everything. Nah, me and my family on Saturday, we decided we were gonna go head up into the mountains. But as soon as we woke up, my lady was like, "Man, I do not feel good." She's like, "I don't feel right." But we still all went in that car all together. So if that didn't do it, on Sunday, she asked me to give her a test, their home test. So I gave her the test, and I didn't put a mask on. As I'm swabbing her nose, I guess I got too deep, and she just went, and it just went right in my mouth. Like, yeah, I mean, all of her breath went right in my mouth because I was swabbing her, and I guess I choked her, and she choked right on my mouth, and I was like, "Oh shit! Let's hope this shit comes back. Let's hope this shit comes back negative." And about 10 minutes later, she came in there looking at me funny. I said it came back positive, and she was like, and I was like, man. And so Sunday went by, I was fine. Monday went by, I was fine. Tuesday morning, after we went live Monday night, Tuesday morning, I woke up and I was in chills. I was having chills. I went and looked at the heater and it was on 74. And I was like, man, I never get cold. As a matter of fact, I like it cold. What the fuck is wrong? And so I went in there and I was like, man, do I have a fever? I went and took my temperature and my fever was 102, somewhere in that range. And I was like, man, ain't this a bitch? And so the next morning she went to the store, got me a test. Positive than a motherfucker. Some bullshit. So, without all that bullshit, we still gonna be alright. Or despite all that bullshit, we still gonna be alright. Alright? And so what do we got going on cosmically? We got the sun at 14 degrees of Aquarius right now. We got the moon at 19 degrees of Pisces right now. We got Mercury now direct at 24 degrees of Capricorn right now. We got Venus at 11 degrees of Capricorn direct, thank God, too. We got Mars at 7 degrees of Capricorn. And I'm liking that. We got Jupiter sextile to Mars, which we know that, at 7 degrees of Pisces right now. We got Saturn at 15 degrees of Aquarius right now. We got Uranus at 10 degrees of Taurus still. And Neptune is still at 21 degrees of Pisces. Pluto is now at 27 degrees of Capricorn. Chiron is at 9 degrees of Aries. Lilith is now at 22 degrees of Gemini. And the nodes are at 28 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio, respectively. And when I see all of that, there's a couple of things that stick out significantly, especially for the rest of the day today. And tomorrow as well, for one of the aspects. First of all, we got the Sun conjunct to Saturn. The Sun is conjunct to Saturn today. And on top of that, for these next few hours, at least, you know, for the next 7-8 hours, the Moon is conjunct to Neptune. And that's why. If you say there's nothing but tears with this Pisces Moon, it's that Neptune influence. It's that Sun. And it's not even the Neptune. It's Sun conjunct to Saturn. This is not a happy-go-lucky type energy out here today. It's just not there. You're in tune with people's emotions. You're sensitive right now with the Moon conjunct to Neptune. And then with the Sun conjunct to Saturn, like, it's just a serious time. It doesn't have to be a bad time, but this is a serious time. With all this Capricorn energy and Aquarius energy, this is a serious time. Yes, everything's direct, but it's still a serious time. If you're here and you haven't hit the like button, please do so immediately. As fuck, I'm coming here to bring y'all this information and this love and this energy. It's the least we can do. Because if you ain't trying to hear what I have to say, you can quit lurking, hit the like button so I can get out of here and help somebody that really does want to hear what I have to say. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about the next motherfucker. It's about expanding the platform. YouTube is about interaction. It's gonna be like this for a while, to be honest with you. You know, you have to understand that Saturn rules Aquarius also. So Aquarius isn't the same as Capricorn, but it's not necessarily the most. But I mean, it's friendly, but it's not worried about your emotions personally. It's about getting something done for the collective. But Venus and Mars are going to be running parallel to each other, conjunct, till the beginning of March. Mercury is going to be in Capricorn for the next week. Mars is going to be in Capricorn until mid-March. And Pluto, Pluto's gonna still be there until next year sometime, but it won't go, because of retrograde motion, it won't go fully into Aquarius until 2024. So I ain't saying that you can't have fun. This can't be a positive time, but more than this being a positive time, what this needs to be is a productive time. See, for today, with the Moon conjunct to Neptune and the Sun conjunct to Saturn, what it does is it does open you up to other people's emotion, and it does enhance your intuition. You know, especially for those Pisces Moon people and those Jupiter and Pisces people and those people that have heavy Neptunian influence. But this right here, it's going to make you more in tune. But with the Sun conjuncted Saturn, you do get some discernment. It's not the same old rose-colored glasses. As a matter of fact, it adds a different dynamic to the mix. It makes people a little bit more reserved, a little bit more, you know, weary or wary of what everybody else has going on. See, this is that type of energy that's confusing because Capricorn Capricorn has the ability to do a lot. Probably more than any other sign, to be honest with you, because of their patience. Yes, this can increase telepathy exponentially. But Capricorn isn't going to waste energy doing something that isn't beneficial. That's the thing with Capricorn. That's why they're so conservative. That's why the energy of Capricorn is always going to win out in the long run. Because it's always about saving the rest for later. Let's make sure that we don't use it all up right now. Let's save a little bit for later on. Or let's make sure that we just use a little bit right now. Let's save the rest for later on. We can enjoy this for real later. Right now, we're just going to take what we need. And that's a good thing, and that's a bad thing in some cases. Okay, like that's straight up. Cancer and Capricorn are going to do the same thing. Cancer and Capricorn are basically the same energy, just it employs in two different ways. The thing about Cancer and Capricorn is, and I've told y'all this before, is deep down, Cancer really wants to be like Capricorn. That's why they are the way that they are. Cancer wants to be able to put their emotions to the side and handle business. Cancer does not want to be sensitive. So that's why that shell is there for the crab. That's why those pincers are there. That's why Cancers lash out and manipulate and pick, and they move sideways. And they do everything they can to avoid that sensitivity being exposed. Because once that sensitivity is exposed, it's usually a problem. So Cancer deep down really wants to be like Capricorn. But they never realize that Capricorn is just like Cancer. They're that sensitive. They're just not emotional. Capricorn is more sensitive than Cancer. They're just not emotional. Cancer is more emotional than Capricorn, but they're not as sensitive. Capricorn knows how to handle business. Cancer knows how to take care of people. But they're both just doing the same thing in different ways. Out of all the signs, especially the ones on polarities, Cancer and Capricorn are the most alike. Out of all of them. And that's true. And, you know, then you also have that mama daddy thing. But on the real though, this energy that we got going on right now, all this Capricorn energy, this Aquarius energy, and then you have Jupiter in Pisces also. This right now is about being productive. That doesn't mean that you can't pursue relationships, but if you're going to be pursuing something with somebody, then make sure you're doing something that's going to be worth it for you and them. Make sure there's some principles in the mix. This is not fuck around energy. Okay, and then with Jupiter in Pisces, what that does is give you a little bit of hope. You need that. You need that. It gives you just a little bit of hope, and that's what Jupiter in Pisces is all about. People have got it twisted thinking that Jupiter in Pisces is going to come just change their life. That's not how Jupiter in Pisces works. Jupiter in Sagittarius, maybe. Jupiter in Taurus, maybe. Jupiter in Cancer, maybe. But Jupiter in Pisces, even though Jupiter's at home, that's his domicile, Jupiter in Pisces operates like a guardian angel. When you think you don't have nobody, when shit's at its darkest, guess what? You always got Jupiter. You always got a little bit of positivity. You always got something there that's going to keep the worst from happening. Why? Because you believe that the worst ain't going to happen to you. Why? Because your ass has a little bit of faith that says, no, you know what? This can't be happening to me. And because of that, it ain't. It ain't. That's what Jupiter in Pisces is. I have Jupiter in Pisces. I'm having a Jupiter return, and I'm learning that the hard way myself right now. Even though I'm an astrologer, with me having a Mars return, with me having a Mars return right now, my Mars is in Capricorn. With me having a Jupiter return right now in the next 2 months, and my Mars return being within the next month, with me having a lunar year return, it's the year of the tiger. I'm a tiger. With me having a Lilith return this year, with me having a part of fortune return this year, with me having all of that, I was just expecting that, man, everything just, I'm finna get rich in a bit just like that. Things are just, you know, gonna just blow up in my, like, I had false expectations. And Jupiter in Pisces can do that too, because Jupiter is gonna blow up whatever it is that's going on. And it's not always gonna be a positive thing. You feel me? What's up, Cam? What's up, Stevenson? If I didn't speak to y'all, what's up with it? As y'all come in the front door, please hit the like button. But no, I had some expectations. Like, man, everything is, and that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be trying to manifest it, but I also need to temper myself with some realism. I also have to remember that my Jupiter in Pisces is in my 6th house. So if I want something, I got to work for it. I can get a lot, but I'm going to have to work for a lot. I forgot that my Saturn is in the 2nd house. I will have a lot of money, but I'm going to have to make sure I know how to handle a lot. See, Saturn in the 2nd house is interesting. Saturn in the 2nd house is going to give you an abundance. I heard somebody say that represents financial hardships. It does, but it also represents abundance. But guess what? In order for you to get a lot, you have to learn how to work with a lot. So you're going to have to come up from nothing. You're going to have to understand that ain't nothing easy for you. What's up, Zaynab? Ain't nothing easy for you. If you want to have a lot, first you got to value yourself. Once you value yourself, then you'll know how to handle other things well. But until you learn how to value yourself, you'll never know how to handle anything else in life. So first, you're going to go through experiences where you don't have nobody else. And you're going to have to value your motherfucking self. And so, hold on, y'all, I need to get my rag. But man, this is the time where if you have dreams, because Neptune is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Pisces, today the moon is in Pisces, conjunct Neptune. If you have dreams, that's amazing. But if you're willing to do something about, with Mars sextile to Jupiter especially, if you're willing to do something about it, you can make anything happen. But you got to be serious about making it happen. You have to be able to do something about it. That's what this Capricorn energy is about. Straight up, man. Just keep that in mind for these next couple of days. That the sun is going to be conjunct to Saturn at least for the next 3 days. All right? It's time to be serious about something. Is you trying to build? You trying to barbecue? You trying to mildew? That's the question at hand. And with this Aquarius energy, I ain't forgot about this. Understand that this ain't Saturn in Capricorn. This ain't, or the sun either. This ain't Aries. It ain't even Cancer or Virgo or any of that. Thank you, Electric Lady, for the love. Thank you for the donation, for real. And when you look at Aquarius energy, you got to look past the eccentricity. You got to look past the genius and the brilliance even. And what you got to see with this energy right here, when it's the sun and Saturn, is it ain't about you. It ain't about you. It's about us. It ain't about you. You want your relationship to improve? You got to do something about it. And the first thing you got to realize is maybe you should take other people's feelings into consideration a little bit more. Maybe you need to work a little bit harder with the sun conjunct to Saturn on that ego. Maybe. Maybe. Self-love is important, Kane. But that's a given. That's a given. The first thing I'm going to try to teach y'all is, hey, I can't, and this is something biblical, even though I am not religious, but I cannot come get a splinter out of your eye if I got a log in my own eye. I just can't do it. What's up, Aries Ascendant? I cannot do that. There's nothing I can do. And I've had to learn that the hard way in my life. There's so many times with my Pisces moon and with my Neptune in the 3rd house and my Neptune being opposite my sun, there's so many times that I thought I was going to help somebody, and what I actually ended up doing was being in the same situation as them. Oh, I'm going to help you get out of addiction. And the next thing you know, me and both of us dope the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna help you get out of this relationship that you're in by ruining the relationship I'm in. Like that type of shit. And so yeah, self-love is important. That's a given. But this time right now, with this Sun conjunct to Saturn, you know what I'm saying? And with the aspect that it's still making to Chiron and Uranus. You know, with this with the Sun being, you know, square to Uranus. And it's coming out of that, but it's still there. Like, it ain't about us individually right now. Even if we want that to improve our relationships, that's going to be the first step, is putting our own ego to the side. I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. As Kane suggested, you're going to need to take care of yourself. But sometimes a part of taking care of yourself is holding yourself accountable for the way that you treat other people. That's a part of self-care. Accountability is one of the pivotal parts of self-care. Hold yourself accountable for the way that you treat other people. And then that'll be the first step in making a lot of fucking changes. Straight up. So, hey, I'm gonna open the floor up for like 30 minutes for y'all, and then I'm gonna have to cool out for a little bit. What's up, Get Lean? I don't know, it just feels funny. I hate that shit. Like, this is one, what's up, Miles? Like, this is one shit, like, as soon as you catch this shit, that COVID shit, man, like, as soon as you catch that shit, like, you know something foreign has entered your body, man. And you feel something different. Like, man, this shit feels funny. Like, this shit don't feel right. You know it's something different. Like, that's what's weird about that shit. But what's up, Bria? What's up, Get Lean? Did I speak, Mr. Nobody? What's up, family? Yeah, this is some weird shit, man. No, I got the Rona, bro. I ain't gonna bullshit with you. I tested positive and everything. I told y'all. I kind of told the story. You can rewind and I told the story of how I got it. But yeah. Oh, Marion is in the building. And it's even more frustrating because I didn't, you know, I'm not going to discuss it, but I didn't have the jab. So, that shit is aggravating in a motherfucker. Straight up. And before anybody says anything, and I'm not going to go into the debate about it, I'm around children and I'm around people that, fighters that cannot just, you know, not have somebody that hasn't protected themselves against them. So in order for me to function, that was something that I had to do. You damn Skippy. We're gonna be straight. I'm great. I was bad 2 days ago. I'm good now. I feel a lot better. I'm just still having exhaustion.
Look at it.
But with the moon conjunct to Neptune, with Jupiter in Pisces, like, ain't no telling what's going on. Ain't no telling. Gotta isolate myself from my kids. That's depressing as fuck. It is real dreamy in this bitch. Hey, I know that I haven't had a lung issue this whole time because of this. What's up, Mohawk? We live it. Hell yeah, they understand. Hey, my baby boy is a Virgo moon. He will stay he is going he's not trying to get sick. He stays the fuck away from anybody that he even thinks might have any type of motherfucking scratch or illness or anything. He does not fuck around. If you cough, my baby finna look just like that. Fuck wrong with you? He has a mask on at all times. No, I'm good now. Not good, I'm just tired. Yeah, it was actually proven that cannabis smokers don't have the lung issues with COVID. That's crazy, but yeah. So with that in mind, if I pass out like DL Hughley on camera, one of y'all call the authorities. Ooh. Did y'all ever hear about the story of the lady that was on live in a class or in a Zoom and her baby accidentally killed her on live? Shot her while she was on live? That's crazy. Yeah, I saw the story. I saw a news story on it, and I read the article about it. In Florida, I believe. But she was in a Zoom class, or she was in the middle of something, a job interview maybe. She was on Zoom, or maybe she was at work, or a teleconference or something. But they said that somebody in the video said they just saw her jerk forward and then fall back, and just was like there. And I guess, the dad ended up going to prison for it. The father of the baby ended up going to prison for it because it was a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old baby. It was a 2-year-old or 3-year-old baby that got her daddy's gun and killed her mama. What's sad is in the thought process of thinking about that, you almost have to say, thank God the baby didn't kill herself. Like, it's like, oh my God, at least she killed the mama and not the baby. And that's horrible to think in either way. You get what I mean? Like, that's a devastating situation. Devastating situation. I don't know why I brought that up, because I was on live. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm not laughing about it. I'm almost gonna cry about it, to be honest, but I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. But since we're gonna talk about Pisces, yeah, that kid don't even know probably what they did yet. That kid's gonna live forever with that when they grow older. You know what's crazy, y'all? You know what's the craziest part of that whole situation? Is that mama and that baby signed a contract that baby was gonna do that before they came into this life. Reefer, what's cracking, family? Yes, Moha. Yes, I do, Moha. I'm COVID positive. So at the end of the day, I feel bad for that situation. But from a spiritual standpoint, I've learned to be obstinate. And it's almost made me... That's almost made me a little bit callous about death. Maybe it's because of the situation I had with my mama and all of that. But yeah, the crazy part of that equation is that mother and that child signed a contract that's the way that they were gonna that's how they were gonna do that before this life, because that is the type of life event. That is the type of life event that changes a person. It makes or breaks a person's life. It makes a person do that, Mr. Nobody. But it makes a person. That's how Dak Prescott's brother died too. But yeah, it makes a person, you know. Let me think of the right word. It just makes you. It just makes you be able to look at things objectively, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What'd you say, Reefer? How do I discover the life experience contracts? What do you mean? What do you mean, Reefer? How do you study information on that, or how do I know about it? How did I find out about it? Are you asking where you can find? You see that? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that orb just now? How did I find out about it? Well, Reefer, shut the fuck up. That was not that orb was not near black enough to be you. Nigga, I have to be looking for a shadow over my shoulder. I'm not gonna start with you today, Reefer. But nah, listen. Villanita, that's my nigga Reefer. Thank you for coming and making me feel better, Reefer. Nigga ain't right. But all bullshit to the side, fam. I actually found out. I understood the concept of life contracts kind of inherently. But I found out about the concept of life contracts from a medium named Phil Quinn. Okay, and he's amazing. He's a gay guy. He's Irish, and Phil has an understanding of life contracts and of mediumship that is uncanny. And Dolores Cannon also. I learned a lot listening to Dolores Cannon. Somebody please tell Moha what the science has said about cannabis, smoking cannabis, and that Rona. But yeah, when you look at the concept of the soul contract and you look at what happened between that little baby and that baby's mama, you have to realize that had to be something that they agreed upon, because that is something that is something right there that would make or break a person's life. The same way with whatever went on with my mom. Once I got into my spirituality and I was able to learn about things beyond just my own personal, emotion, human emotion, fear, bullshit. Once I could get past that and see things really spiritually and understand that in order for me to be able to do anything I'm doing now, in order for me to be who I am, my mama had to go out the way that she did. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I love my mama to death. But if my mama was alive, I cannot guarantee that I would not be a 300-pound fat ass sitting in my mama's house doing nothing with my life, letting my mama take care of me and just head up my mama's ass. I cannot guarantee that I would not be that. I'm a Cancer. I love my mama that much. My mama is a Pisces sun, Leo moon. My moon is in Pisces in the 5th house. That's straight up. Hit that like button if you ain't hit it yet. So, I know that what happened with me and my mama, now I know that, hey, I love my mama, but that ain't personal. That was business. Her going out the way that she did, me seeing her, me finding my mama dead, the way that I found her, and like I told y'all before, I'll tell the story one day, but not yet. Maybe on her birthday. My mama's birthday is March 16th. I'll probably do it on her birthday. But yeah, Miles, Pluto in the first type shit. But I just had to realize that happening had to happen the way that it happened for me to be who I am, and that's what it is. It wasn't my mom. My mama didn't abandon me. I chose for her to go out like that. That was business. It was not personal. The universe is always business. I know God is love. And when you say God is love, because we're humans, we start to looking at that personally. We start to look at that as something that is individualized. And that's not how God works. That's not how the universe or love works. Not real love. Not unconditional love. It can't be personal. That's why you can't sit here and pray and pray and pray and think God's going to give you a new car. And then seriously believe that you're serving the same God that just ignored 1 million players of dying babies in Africa or India in that same day. You can't do that. You can't look at it like that. I know it hurts when our people leave us. I know it hurts when we go through fucked up shit in life. But at the end of the day, that shit is business. It's not personal. You made that contract with your motherfucking self. So what you got to do is put your head down and get through it. Learn the lesson and get the blessing. Yeah, Velanita. That's how you can forgive people. That's how you can forgive people. My daddy was a crackhead, and he was sexually inappropriate. My mom did drugs and I ended up finding my mother dead in a horrific way. Me and my sister at 13 years old, and had to spend almost a half a day in there with her body. So yeah. That's your contract you signed. You had to go through that so you could be strong. So you could feel what was going on. So you could get the lesson that you had coming to you. Now, they had their own contract going on. But you and them agreed to terminate their contract together because of y'all's bond. Or in my situation, like, hey man, you're my mom. I chose you to be my mom. This is how I exit your story. Your soul made that arrangement. You got to understand. And when you can, you see your spiritual understanding start to expand. People, the first thing the reason why this spiritual journey is so isolating is because you came into this thinking that you was fishing to come in this shit and learn about chakras and you was finna meditate and astral project and everything was fishing. You was fishing to leave this old physical behind and it was gonna be easy, didn't you? No. 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 Like, you looking at shit personally. That's why this shit is so isolating. That's why this shit is so isolating. Because guess what? It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. It's spending 70% of your time wondering if you're fucking crazy. Am I fucking crazy? Am I tripping? Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, it's spending 20% of your time sitting there doubting everything that's happening to you in your life. You know, and it's something that's not going to be comfortable. That's why, hey, you should have took the other pill then. You should have took the other pill then. You should have took the other pill. Because you can't handle real. One of the major steps in your spiritual journey. And I want you to understand this, because when the sun conjunct to Saturn, it's about keeping it real. With Moon conjunct to Neptune, like, you in tune with something spiritual beyond. Okay? Just realize. Just realize. This is not going to be fun. And it's not personal. Enoch, you said, what does the movement of the nakshatras to the Western zodiac sign signify? To me, nothing. I don't pay attention to the nakshatras to the Western sign. If I'm gonna look at the nakshatras, I'm gonna look at it from a Vedic perspective, which takes a whole different spiritual mindset. If I'm going to do Western astrology, I'm going to keep it strictly to that. I understand, because I understand the degree difference between both of them, then I understand where the nakshatras are most of the time. But it's been so long that since I practice Vedic every single day that I would have to look. But for instance, I know if you're Pisces moon like myself, then you're probably, especially if you're lower than 20 degrees, then you're probably Shatabisha nakshatra in Vedic astrology. I know if you got a Cancer moon in Western astrology, I know that you probably are looking at Punarvasu nakshatra in that, you know what I'm saying? So I just happen to have an understanding of where everything is just because I'm in tune cosmically, but I really don't like to mix the two. Because when you are doing things Vedically, you have to look at it from a different spiritual perspective. You have to approach Vedic where you're looking at karma, where you're looking at your dharma, where you're looking at generational shit. And so if you're going to do that, you have to be in a Vedic place. And so, nah. You have to tell me, Enoch. And I would listen, because I would never discredit you. You probably could teach me something. But anyway, as I was saying, I mean, we're gonna talk Vedic eventually. I'm gonna talk about the nakshatras eventually, because that's my favorite thing in all of astrology. Even though I'm a Western astrologer, the nakshatras are my favorite thing in all of astrology. Because once you understand those, but understanding those, it's not about understanding the energy of the nakshatra. It's about understanding the vibrations of pronouncing the name of the nakshatra. Because the inflection, when you're talking about the Sanskrit, you have to understand that there is energy and knowledge that comes just behind the way that you pronounce the word. And then there's also always going to be a chance that will go with it. And then also with Vedic, especially with the nakshatras, even more than the planetary influence, the deity is going to be of key importance, because whatever deity is involved is gonna kind of show what's at play in him with the energy. And so, because I'm a historian, because I like stories, nakshatras are awesome. But yeah, back to what I was saying, man. When a planet is at 657 degrees, isn't considered 6 or 7 degrees. It's considered 6 degrees. Unless it says 7 degrees, it's at 6 degrees. If it's at 6.98, it's 6 degrees. And those are not... Oh, and understand, hold up. You got me all messed up, bro. You got me talking some shit out of my... Those are not degrees anyway. That's inches, bro. I just got my shit all mixed up. You made me say some bullshit. That's 6.57. That's 57 inches. It goes to 60. So when you're looking at degrees in astrology, it would say 6.57 or 6.13. Those are inches. I got mixed up. But yeah. I'm hot. Those are inches. I started talking math. I had to get back into astrology. Yeah. It is degrees. Shut up, Reefer. No, it is degrees. But it's 6 degrees and 57 inches. It's just a measurement when you're when you're tracking the planets in a telescope, or when you're watching them in the movements of them. It is degrees, but it's 6 degrees. Like my black moon limit is 13 degrees. Okay? But it's also at 13 inches. And yeah, Reefer. And it's inches. He said, what the fuck is going on with Leo Venus right now? What's going on with Leo Venus right now is the sun and Saturn are opposite Venus and Leo, depending on where your degrees are. What's up, Bria? You've been here for most of the live. Shit, I've only been on here for an hour. But yeah. That doggone YouTube, they be hating. But let me finish what I was talking about, y'all, real fast. One of the major steps in your spiritual journey, and I'm telling you this because the sun is conjunct to Saturn. One of the major steps in your spiritual journey is learning that when I say God is love, when they say God is love, that shit is not personal. Stop taking everything so fucking personal. Your path, even. It's your personal path. But it has nothing to do with the next person's personal path. Y'all might cross paths, y'all might know each other from other iterations, but it's not that personal. When I was able to stop looking at my mom's death that way, when I started to realize that, hey man, that happened so that my life could change in a way, so that I would end up being strong. That's the catalyst. That was not personal. That was business. My mama loved me more than anybody could ever imagine. But her dipping out the way that her passing on the way that she did, me having to find her like that, that shit is business. Me having a father that was a drug addict and sexually inappropriate, a fucking crackhead that stole all the fucking Christmas presents on Christmas Eve instead of putting more presents. Like, Major, cool out, bro. You gonna be all right. But yeah, when I could look at that and realize that I signed a contract before this life for me to have the father that I had, that doesn't make whatever he had going on all right, but it makes me be able to forgive him. And also, I just happen to have the understanding that everything evil, or everything that your human mind or your human emotions can fathom as evil for real, really only exists on this physical plane right here. Because when you take away this physical body or this physical shit, there is no rape, there is no murder, there is no theft, there is no abuse, there is no molestation. There's nothing but lies. Well, on the other side, or on the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it, you don't speak audibly. When you approach another entity, your intentions are made known to them. It's it's nonverbal communication. Some will call it telepathy, but it's just nonverbal communication. So there's no lying there either. So when you look at that from that perspective, everything that you think is evil really only exists on Earth, on this physical plane of existence. And so when you able to look at that, when you're able to realize that, then you're able to realize that, man, that motherfucker just fucked up. So the truth of the matter is, hurt people hurt people. So I recognize that whatever you got going on your path has got you on some extra shit. So all I can do is try to do everything I can to steer clear of whatever you have going on energetically. Like, straight up. Like, hurt people do hurt people. So, hey, motherfucker, I'm gonna stay the fuck away from you before you hurt me and I have to kill you. Or something else. Or you kill me. Or you do something to where now our karma is connected and I don't even like you. I don't want to have karma connected to you, homeboy. And so, even though that might sound like a negative thing, it really just makes you be able to look at things more obstinately. It makes you be able to look at things more objectively. It makes you realize that, hey, it's not personal, none of it. Even love. Even if a motherfucker broke your heart. That shit was not personal, that shit was business. Guess what? All you did was teach me a lesson that I don't have to learn again. Now, I can choose to learn it again because guess what? I already know you're capable of teaching me. So, it just gives you an understanding spiritually about accountability, about love, about being objective, that just opens your mind in a way that you never did before. Intimate love, sexual love, that's a personal thing. You are choosing to make a bond with somebody in an earthly way. So that can never be unconditional. Don't tell motherfuckers, if y'all fucking, you can't tell them you love them unconditionally. You can't. You can't. You might love them to death. You might love their dirty draws. But if they hurt your feelings, there will be some feeling of negativity inside of you. That motherfucker put this motherfucking thing on me like that and broke my motherfucking heart, man. Fuck that, man. But guess what? Guess what? All you got to do is remember that you only get what you allow. You never know what anybody's capable of. You chose to lay down with somebody that you have no true understanding of, no matter how long you've known them, no matter how good they feel to you, no matter what you had going on. So guess what? When a human being was human with your ass, what you got to be able to do is take a step back and say, oh shit, I see the lesson in that. I see the blessing in it too. Thank you. Bump it on down. Being spiritual does not mean that your feelings can't get hurt. It just means you get to a place in your spirituality that even when your feelings get hurt, you know not to take it personal. Your soul doesn't take your human emotions personally. And that's a hard thing to understand. Because your soul understands that you have, thank you, Anna. Your soul understands that you have. Thank you for the donation, for real. The soul understands that you have human feelings once you get to a certain place in your spiritual understanding. But you cannot allow those feelings to control your reasoning. Y'all don't hear me, though. That don't mean don't love anybody. That doesn't mean don't allow yourself to have a human experience, because that would be dumb, because that's what you signed up to do. It just means once you realize that it's not personal, you came here, this is what you signed up for, then you have so much power over everything that's going on with you spiritually, because you can realize, hey man, I choose to tap out on this experience. I choose to back the fuck up. What's up, Javier? What's up, Xavier? You know what I'm saying? I choose that, you know what? I actually didn't sign up for this one. So I'm going to check out on this one. I'm going to check out on this one. Yeah, almost. I should be at 30,000, bro. 300,000. We're going to get there. We still only a year into this. But yeah, one of the biggest steps in your spirituality is stop taking everything so fucking personally. Because the universe ain't. Bet, Jay. All you gotta do is get at me, fam. The universe, the universe does not care what you have going on personally. You can manifest all kinds of stuff, but do you understand the key word that I just said in there? I said you can manifest all kinds of stuff. You can. Yes, it can be worked with. But the universe is always going to give you an arena to operate in. And there's all kinds of tours and and toys and all kinds of stuff for you to utilize in this experience with the universe in operating in this arena. But you got to do it. Because the universe, it doesn't take shit personally. That karma don't work personally. You should know that. That's not how it works. If you have any type of spiritual understanding, that's the main thing you should understand, is that this shit is not personal. I want people to understand that, because this is rough right now. Like, a lot of people are losing a lot of people right now. My aunt died today. And she died of a broken heart. My uncle died 18 months ago. And since he died, she's been walking around with dementia, talking about she just wants to go with her husband. She just wants to go with her husband. Well, she caught COVID and appendicitis. She got over the appendicitis, couldn't get over the COVID. She ended up passing away this morning. But it wasn't from COVID, it was from a broken heart. She tapped out. So, what I'm trying to say is, she took it personal, and you can do that. But the universe is not taking it personal. And maybe that's the way that my aunt and uncle both chose to go out. Matter of fact, 100 times out of 100, that is how they chose to go out. He chose to go out like that, and she chose to go out like that a little bit later. But like, most definitely send me an email, Anna. Mr.Turner1300@gmail.com. I have 2,500 pages on astrology that I have ready to be published. But she died from a broken heart, man. Jaden, you said, how about when people get killed? Some chose it. Now, let me tell y'all something. People do die by accident. Even when you chose, and suicide too, when they didn't, that's not in their contract. And we'll talk about that. Their soul chose to incarnate. And let me tell you something, what happens. Because, as I just told you, the universe doesn't take things personally. So you signed a contract, Jaden signed a contract, Reefer signed a contract, Electric Lady signed a contract, Heather signed a contract, Kanae signed a contract. I'm not better, Star. I'm just here working. But everybody, Star signed a contract. Everybody signed a contract at the beginning of this life with your soul contract, right? Everybody, you signed a contract, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. When everybody signed their own soul contract, you didn't take into account my contract. You didn't take Bria. You didn't take your. You didn't take Star's account into contract into account. Reefer, you didn't take anybody else's contract into account. So you're just living out your contract. I'm living out my contract. So guess what? I'm driving down the street, living out my contract. You're walking across the street. You're trying to live out your contract. I run over your ass. Guess what happens? Your ass just got ran over. Now, here's the interesting thing. I might have it in my contract that I was going to run somebody over and kill somebody in my contract, and that was going to change my life. But I had no idea that it was going to be you, and you didn't know it was going to be you because you were just living out your motherfucking contract, and now I done ran over you. The universe It's not personal. So, guess what? There's chaos. See, when people talk about soul contracts and they talk about past life regressions, and when people talk about spirituality and all this, they want to fit it into something that's tight and fairy tale like. It is like a video game. Something that's tight and fairy tale like. Like you want that shit to fit into a certain box that is pretty than a motherfucker. But guess what? Nobody ever talks about chaos. Nobody ever talks about the fact that if you got a contract and I got a contract, and you just living out your contract and I'm just living out my contract, what happens when our paths cross? Because there's nothing that explains that. What happened when we get in each other's way? What happens when I meet your ass? What happens when I meet your ass? You on drugs. I'm trying to do my contract the right way. So guess what now? Now we both on drugs, and neither one of us fulfilling our contracts. And then guess what comes from that? That's when you end up doing this shit again. That's when you end up living this life again. Not the same life, but that's when you end up doing this shit again with a karmic debt this time. That's where the karmic debt comes from in numerology. And I'm about to start life paths within the next week or two. I'm starting on life paths. And I want you to understand that you get a karmic debt, and not everybody has a karmic debt. You get a karmic debt when you don't take your life path. If you got a life path 5 and your ass is not adjustable, and your ass is not handling things the way that you're supposed to handle, then guess what? That's when you incur karmic debt. When you got a 3 and you don't use those talents and those creative gifts that you have, when you have all that and you don't utilize it, guess what? That's when you end up with a karmic debt 13. Wasting your life. When you have an 11, like I have, and you don't help people, or if you have a 9 and you don't serve like you're supposed to serve, when you got that shit, that's when you end up with that karmic debt 19, the worst. Because you hurt people, you manipulated people, you ran over people. You had all that motherfucking talent, but guess what? Instead of using it to do what the shit you want to do, you use it to do some fucked up shit. So, hey man. Get lean. Life path 1 is a leader, man. You are a catalyst. You're a take charge person. But y'all, I'm running out of energy and gas, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta take me some medicine and chill out for a little bit, man. I love y'all. I will be back tomorrow. And I thank y'all for all the love and support, man. But I just reached the end of my stream. And thank y'all for everything, man. Just thank y'all. Shelly, Smile, Breathe, thank y'all for tuning in. Get Lean, thank you. Jaden, Moha, Star, you know what I'm saying? Major, everybody. Y'all keep it cracking, man. I'll be back tomorrow. I just ran out of gas. That I was on my I had to say that spiritual stuff. And I just want y'all to remember that. Because tomorrow the moon will be in Aries. And that's a whole different story. So, alright, y'all.